I remember this hater. I'm not gonna put his name out there, but he was a hater. And I remember I was walking. We were doing background on like season 1 of Chicago Fire. It was like 2014, and he's like, so what are you? And we had to walk back and forth in a scene, and he was like, so what are you trying to do, bro? I'm like, oh, I'm trying to get my SAG card so I can do stunts. He's like, he laughed in my face. He goes, huh? He goes, I've been at this for 5 years, pal. It's not gonna be that easy, buddy. I said, well, you know what? If I don't get it, I'm just going to focus on boxing. I said, but I'm going to try to get a SAG card and do stunts. He's like, okay. And then, and I'm going to tell you this story just because it's vaguely interesting. So, I get on the pilot of Empire.
Wow.
Lee Daniels is directing the pilot, right? Now, I get called in as a boxer because the scene was Terrence Howard and the son, who I don't remember the name, but he did have a love scene with my wife in the show because she was on the show in season 2. But they are talking outside the ring, and they wanted me and like this big fighter to be moving around in the ring. He was an extra, but I knew him. I knew this dude. He was a heavyweight pro fighter.
He's a real fighter.
Yeah, everybody was real fighters. We were all real fighters, just calling in, just being extras.
Right.
And so Lee Daniels calls me to go. He's like, what's your name? I'm like, Sammy. He goes, you box? I says, yeah. He goes, okay, can you just move around in the ring with Carl there? And I says, yeah, his name is Carl. I says, yeah, okay, sure. We're moving around. And then Lee Daniels goes, and there was no stunt coordinator on set, right? So he come up, he goes, hey, he goes up. And that set was the in between takes. I don't know if you ever worked with Lee Daniels. He's the he puts like music on in between takes.
That's cool.
He's wearing like a robe like Hugh Hefner. He's walking around. It was and he come up to me. He goes, hey, Sam. He goes, how would you feel about putting a little blood in your mouth, and then Carl here will try to punch you, and you'll just spit it out for camera? And I knew, because I'd been trying to be a stuntman for like 6 months at the time, but nobody would give me a job. Nobody would give me that break. I said, I feel real good about that, Mr. Daniels. So we set it up, right? We put the blood in my mouth. I let this dude crack me. Obviously, that's not how stunts work.
Right.
But I'm letting this dude
I'm like, let's go.
Crack me. My face was red. And he was like, oh, you all right, Sam? I said, yeah, I'm good. Don't even trip, bro. Just do it. He's like, all right, man. So the gloves were like 14 ounces. So he cracked. Boom, I'm spitting the blood in the camera. Boom, I'm spitting the blood in the camera, right? So then they get the shot. Lee's over there checking the footage, like, oh, that's great. Everybody's like, yeah, that was really great. So then the AD come up to me. He goes, man, that was really good. He goes, why don't you go back up to holding, pal? I said, where's my Taft-Hartley contract?
Good for you,
bro. He goes, what do you mean, buddy? I go, what do you mean? What do I mean? I said,
like 6 times.
Yeah,
bro.
So I told him, I said, I just did a stunt, buddy. I just did a stunt, pal. I said, I want my Taft-Hartley. He goes, oh, I don't know about that. We might be able to give you like a $200 bump or something. I said, hey, listen, mother, I don't want my $200 bump. I want my Taft-Hartley contract. So then the line producer come up to me, and he's like, hey, listen, buddy, there was no stunts today. We're gonna give you a $500 adjustment or bump or whatever they said, And I said, hey, listen, dude, you got that shit on camera, right? I want my card. You guys got it on camera. It's a stunt. Do we got to make a big deal about this? Like, what's going on? So he goes, go up to holding. I said, all right. So I go up to holding. All the extras, some of which I'm still friends with to this day because they got into stunts and acting, and they got their SAG cards and they're working now. But all of them are looking at me like a pariah, like you're about to get blackballed from the industry. And truth be told, the only reason I pulled this stunt, no pun intended, is because I thought that Empire was going to go to New York, because that's what the guys were telling me. They're filming the pilot here, but it takes place in New York.
So all these dudes would be gone anyway.
Exactly. So I'm not worried about.
They're going with your reputation.
Exactly. So I go up there. I'm waiting for they had me freezing up there for like 2 hours. And I'm just sitting there like, man. And the dudes are all looking at me. They're like feet away from me. They don't want to be next to me. They're like, man, bro, what the fuck? You up.
You spoke up for yourself.
So then a PA come up like 2 hours later. He's like, Horowitz. I go, what's up? He's like, let me see your driver's license. What the